Alright, hey guys, starting a little bit late, but we are for an open arena tournament. Let's get to it. I think I'm only 2 minutes late, so hopefully no excuses if I'm not able to get my first place. But you guys know me, I'm going to try my best to do it. Again, anybody in chat, you get to recommend or at least ask about what opening that you'd like me to play. Well, we got 2300 first round. Let me go ahead and berserk anyways, because you don't scare me. Work on it. And C4 gets played. Let's go ahead and play G6 here. Thank you for the follow. Here we go, G6, Bishop G7. I'm going to treat this very symmetrical. Probably D4 will get played, so we're going to pre-move that. Knight F6, castles. A symmetrical English, since this was like a ready or an English opening. C takes, knight takes. This is all heavy theory for draws. I'm sure my opponent's very happy with this opening. Because I'm berserking, things are a little bit crazy, and so they're going to try to make this as easy to understand as possible. Bishop A6, pawn to A4, and then we're going to go queen B6 with bishop takes B5 here. So we're going to win back our pawn, hopefully. Hopefully here. Bishop takes B5. I don't know. Maybe not. Bishop takes. Rook C6 actually is not a bad move, yeah. Alright, queen B7. If they play rook takes D6, bishop takes on B5. Blunderfish, how's it going? Okay, queen takes on B5, rook takes over here. Alright, Blunderfish, now you can let me know if there's any opening that you'd like me to play. I'm more than happy to go ahead and try it out. I know it's a game for us, right? Like, what can I possibly play today? Alright, queen takes on D3, rook takes on B2, and then let's go rook over to D8 here. Catalan, let's do it. Let's do it, Catalan. I can't say I'm the best at that one or that theory, because it is kind of heavy theory, but I'm going to play it anyway. Let's go for it. Knight to D5. Oh, I think they were playing for that. Rook takes on D5. Here, the pawn is weak. King there. Probably rook C7 will get played. And I'll actually just take a draw here, since my opponent is going to play lame here. And it's a strong player, so I don't want to lose on time. I've been doing good, man. Just work. So, I mean, I love my job. My job is chess, so I'm definitely not complaining. How about you, man? How have you been doing? I just got back from my trip over to Washington, Spokane, which is a beautiful place. If you ever see the screensavers and see the beautiful sceneries, that's where they take the pictures. I can't tell you how beautiful it was. It's a well-hidden gem. I flew into Seattle. I was just there for a chess trip. I just wanted to go hang out, play some chess, and I did a simul over there too. I only got 10 people for the simul, so it was fun. I accidentally missed one back rank mate. So embarrassing. Knight to e4 here. Okay, yeah. I got back ranked mated one game, which was very sad for me, especially for this ego. It's insane. Knight takes on f3. Pawn takes, of course. We need to open up this king. Queen takes on e6 check here. The queen will go there. Let's go queen to h3. I like this position. Knight e5. Pawn takes. And they'll probably play knight to e4 here, which is annoying. Oh, cool. They didn't play it. Let's go bishop to d2. And I'm assuming they're going to just trade everything off. Yep, rook takes, rook takes. Rook f8, rook takes, queen e6 check, queen to d7. Let's go queen e6 check. After queen f7, queen b7 check. Oh, they didn't do it, so we just take a free pawn. Knight f4. We'll go queen to f3. Although I don't mind taking, I don't want opposite color bishops here. That makes the game a little bit more complicated and can make my conversion a little bit harder here. But this is an easy enough winning position. Let's go g3 here, I think, with queen e4 in the future order. And then we're going to try and push these pawns forward here. g3 is just giving an escape square. So, an escape square. So b3, if queen to d5, c4. Here we go, c4. As you can see, the pawns are slowly creeping up the board here. And then I'm going to play bishop f4 real quick so I can play d5. Obviously, I'd like to play d5 here right away, but this would fall. Passed pawns must be pushed, right? So we're just going to play e6, queen to d1 check, king up to g2, Queen c2 check can't get played. Bishop takes d4 can get played. e7 gets played now, and there's no good way to stop the pawn here. Game over. Next up, interesting. Pawn just takes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't usually pre-move, so dang, we're at 4 points because the first game was a draw, and we already have somebody at 11. Let's try and catch up. If I get white for Blunderfist, this is for you. Let's go ahead and play the Catalan opening, which, with the correct move order, is it knight f3, d4 first, or c4? Yes, I always have PTSD in chess. I can't tell you how much I have of it. Oh, let's berserk right here. I didn't get to do that, man. But okay, hopefully next game I'll get white, and of course for you I'll do that. Let's see what happens here. Oh, dang, they got scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Oh, wait, did I lost? How did I lose? Black didn't move. Okay, I might be lagging, I guess, because typically white moves first. I didn't see a move by white. What did white play there then? Oh, they played d4. On my screen, it didn't show anything. These things happen. No, I'm playing it. I'm playing it. I don't know why, but that happened. That's a little annoying, but I'll live. I'll see if I can talk to the CEO of Lee Chess and let them know about all these problems that we're having. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Next game. Next game. I didn't even see the time counting down. All right, let's berserk. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. E4. Okay, I'll try it next game. Sorry. All right, let's go D4, C4. We're going to go ahead and play the Monte Carlo or isolate pawn in the French defense. Thank you so much for coming over and joining us. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to be streaming on TikTok quite a bit. It's just for right now, for whatever reason, after this, I'm able to upload this to my YouTube channel. And so for whatever reason, maybe Blunderfish, you can help me out with this, but it's not like turning this into landscape or the long thing, which is what I put on the YouTube channel. Hey guys, check this out. Check. You guys ever heard of checks before? Check. Attacking here. And the real idea is I would like to go knight to g5 check for a double check here. Why not? And, oh my gosh, knight takes on e6. This has happened a few times. Check it out. Knight here, and the knight even covers here. Her. Knight f8 check. I don't know what I'm supposed to play here, to be honest. Knight f4 check. Let's try that out. Knight f4 check. Queen f7. The idea here is queen to h5 checkmate. I assume g6 is going to get played. Oh, I almost made a blunder there. Knight to d5 here. Is this any good? This attacks here, this attacks here. I really want to play either here or here, but I can't do that just yet. Knight takes here. Yes, this is okay. The idea is knight to e6 for queen g7 checking here. So knight e6 comes here, perfect timing here. And this even covers d4. So queen g7 check, queen it takes an h7 check. Sweet! Yeah, they had to do that, right? Queen f8 check. Okay, just queen takes on e6. Queen takes d4 check, king h1. Now knight c6 gets played. Rook over to d1. The idea is to play rook to d7 here. Queen f7 here. I don't mind trades, but because the king is so vulnerable here, I don't think we need it just yet. We can grab a few more pawns before we do this. Rook d7. Okay. Queen f8 check. Okay, queen takes check. And let's double the rooks here. The endgame should be simple enough to win. Oh, but I forgot time, right? And time is an issue always for me. I'm always late. Rook takes. b3. Rook to d3. Check. I was hoping for this move. And rook back, and now we're going to push, and I'm going to win. Check. Check. Rook check, and then mate. Wow! There we go, guys. Well, see, okay, so maybe you can help me with that blunderfish. I put it in the group yesterday. I was asking. So I do landscape, but I think it's only saving afterwards to one, right? So I do on both because again I think it'd be so helpful if I could just stream it, make my clips because I do 2 clips a day, and then put the landscape on my long form, which people apparently like. They like the 1 hour videos. I didn't think people would like that. Oh, sorry. So we're going knight f3. Don't, I didn't forget. We're doing Catalan. We go d4 and c4. Catalan. Here we go. But for whatever reason, I asked my chat GPT because I'm old, and the chat GPT was just like, I don't know. And I was like, okay. Well, thank you for all that help. c4 is interesting here. g3. The c4 is typically not a good move in these kind of positions. Bishop g2, don't take just yet, because if we do take, then this will become weak. So now we have e3, and now the threat's to play knight takes, knight to d2 with a pawn. Okay, nice move from our opponent. Let's go a3. I really wanted to play queen c2, but the only reason why I didn't was because of because of knight b4. Queen takes b3 here will be the move if they do take. Okay, so b7 is a little bit weak here. Rook over to b1, bishop b2. b7 is a little bit weak. Takes on d2 ideas, rook f to c1. Bishop back. Queen c2. Let's go queen back and queen over here. Oh, okay, so they did that move. Knight e5, that means they left a square open, right? This is the square they left open. And let's go queen here. I'm assuming... Oh, I missed this. Knight takes d2. Because now knight b3 and c4 are good here. Looks like they missed it too. Perfect. Let's just play knight to f3 here. Double up, and hopefully we'll be able to get into this position. Our opponent's playing well, guys. Nothing more upsetting than a good player. f3, knight c2. They're binding me so well here. Knight c2, knight b4. Maybe we can plug this hole up. Okay. f3. Knight c3. No, bishop just takes. Knight to b4 here. Pawn doesn't take here is good. h4. Let's keep kicking him back. And then e4. Oh gosh, time's getting a little bit low here. Let's go rook to d1. Rook takes. All right, rook over. Here we go, guys. Game on. e4. This is what it's all about. Pawn takes. Bishop g4 is good here. Queen to b2. Rook takes on g3. e5. Queen to d2. Rook takes d1. e5 is an idea. Bishop takes d5. They'll trade. Then they'll attack this guy. Knight c6, but queen takes g3 check. Ugh, the Catalan could not have gotten worse for me. Although, again, I don't really play Catalan, so I don't think it was ever going to go, like, amazing here. Good game, good game. Ugh, not the life I wanted. Not the life I wanted. I have a book on the Catalan. I've only read the first few chapters. But I have so many books I love to read on chess. Oof, I gotta go all the way over there, huh? We're looking at my day over here. All right, let's berserk, and let's go pawn to e4 here. Oof. Oof, that one hurt, man. That one hurt. All right, bishop takes on c4. Knight to f3. h3. I like to play h3 here because the bishop to g4 is not really what I like. Castles. Knight c3. Knight to b6. Bishop b3. This is all common theory. Bishop f5 will sometimes get played. Let's go rook e1. Knight to b5 here. I would like to get the queen to f3 if I can. Bishop g5 is also a decent move. Although not... Oh, this is actually a lot better now because I was going to say, with the bishop here guarding, it doesn't help very much. That's okay. Queen to f3. Free tempo here. Free tempo there. Free tempos are everywhere. Pawn takes here. And I don't know what that is doing. They might get into some trouble here. Yeah, they might be into some trouble. We're going to go c4 here first, and then I'll go knight to g4. So they can take on d4 here, check. I mean, take on d4, but knight takes here, check. Probably should let you in on what I'm thinking. So c4, knight to b6, knight g4 for the pin. And they can take on d4 here. But we'll play knight takes f6, check, bishop takes. And this will be really good because the dark squares are so weak that they might be getting checkmated here. Knight b to d7 is a good move here. We'll just play rook e3 here. And if h6, we just restrain and maintain. Okay, so now we win at least a pawn here. So check, and then bishop takes. Needless to say. We will probably take here on f5 and play rook e7. And then the endgame should be easily enough winning. So trading down to the endgame will not be helpful for them. So rook to e1 is an idea. Not anymore. Actually, I can still do this. The reason why I say I didn't like this as much is because the queen can take here. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-move that just in case. Like I said, I don't think it's terrible here for me, just because the king is a little bit weak here. c5 is allowing bishop takes here ideas. This is not a threat. h4. h6, h5 is a blunder. They blundered it. Queen takes check here. And we'll be able to take an f7. So I think it's checkmate in like 3 here or something. Oh, or checkmate in 1. It depends what they play, right? Here we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Back. Oh, not on the first page yet? Do I have 2 losses here? I guess I do. I do have 2 losses. That's okay. It's not going to stop me. It's not going to stop me. Here I come. All right. What's our next opening here? I'm going to go, d4, knight to f6. I like to play it nice and classical here. Maybe I'll do a Nimzo-Indian. Here, this is anti-Nimzo-Indian. So we'll switch it over to a Queen's Gambit now. I think technically with this move order, this is not as bad now. Yeah, people fear the Nimzo-Indian, as black gets very good games out of it. Bishop to e7. Castles here. The little game we play is now that they move the bishop, now you take b5, a6, and c5 should be coming in soon. I'll play bishop b7 here with c5 next move. Knight e4 can't get played here. Let's play rook c8 here. c5 next move. Ah, nice move again. Queen b6. I need to move out the way for this guy. Okay. Let's go rook to e8. The knight can take here and make some trades. Not bad play from my opponent. That's okay. a5. Knight f6. You see, the whole idea is just to try and stop me from playing c5 here. Rook to d8. And they can play knight c5 here. Pawn will take on b4. And then the rook usually slides over here. So, if they did get a decent position here. Knight f6. Of course, we don't want to move any pawns here, as this can create weaknesses. So pawn takes on b4, rook to a1, or rook a8. They might play queen c5 here right away. If they do that, I'll play queen c7. No. Pawn takes. Rook over to a8, threatening rook a3 or something. Let's go h6 now. If they give up the open file, we'll accept it. Let's go knight d5, a double threat here on b2 and over here on e3. So queen to d2 is the only move. Okay, rook to a4, pawn takes over here. We're getting our sufficient counterplay here, guys. This can be definitely hard. That's actually a great question. I actually don't know that one. What is the difference between a Slav and a semi-Slav? Well, yeah, I know the Slav gets played with c6. I want to say that the difference is that whenever you're playing, what's it called? The semi-Slav, you play the pawn to e6. So pretty much what I played. But I've also known it as the Moran system here too. Oh, interesting. There, knight c3, knight takes e4, and I'm attacking the rook. So, oh, this is a 2300. Oh, I didn't realize. Rook takes f3 ideas with queen takes d4 will be in the future. In fact, can I just do that now? No, I can't do that just now. Not just yet. Let's go rook over to a2. And double the rook here. Rook takes. Knight back to f6. Knight e5. Oh, knight e5 can't get played just yet, because d4 would hang. They might play rook a1 here. Queen over here. We don't want to give up the file for no good reason. Queen takes. They'll probably try to make a queen trade now. So queen to d2. Okay, queen there. Let's go queen b3, I guess. Oh, that's what their idea is. Not a bad idea. Let's go queen check. Okay. Oh, gosh. Bishop a6, I guess. Oh, my God. I just got back rank checkmated. Oh, this is so upsetting, dude. So upsetting. I should have just kept playing for the draw. Dang it. And maybe it would have been better if I didn't see that my opponent was 2,300. I was like, oh, man, I was just outplaying them. And then at the end there, I just missed the bishop was guarding on h7. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and play d4 here. Let's switch it up. Oh, interesting. d5. Pawn to c4. Let's take that centaur. Pawn takes on e6, well, at least when they play like this. I like to go ahead and make this backwards pawn here. And then we're going to go ahead and slightly just start pushing them back. e4, f3. Actually, we'll go knight f3 here. h3, I'm stopping bishop g4. Bishop e2. The backwards pawn here is going to be the weakness we're going to work on. But like any good little Russian schoolboy, we're going to go ahead and develop our pieces first. b3 guarding over here. b5, so I want to play a4 here to overprotect. b5 is one of the main ways that black will get good counterplay. So let's go a4 here now. Again, trying to stop b5. I'm not sure why they played knight to d7 here. f5 here. So that was one of the reasons they would play it, but this is not good for them like this. This makes the diagonal very weak. And again, before I'm going to attack them, I just need to get my pieces developed here. So now the idea is to go queen to d2, rook a to d1, and then I'll have pressure on d6. Oh, interesting. So the difference is simply whether the bishop is developed first on e6 or... Okay. Interesting. Yeah, you got me on that one. I definitely did not know that one. The bishop is developed first on e6 or is played to keep the bishop in. Let's go knight takes here. Pawn takes, and I'm going to go f4 here, most likely. And just try to kick back my opponent. Knight c6, rook over to d1. I think I'm just up an extra pawn here, right? So I can keep it nice and smooth. That's okay. Rook over to d3. Bishop h4 is not the end of all days for me. Bishop f3 will probably get played next. Yeah, that's okay. Bishop f3. Rook takes on f3. If I can get pawn f5 in. Oh, interesting. Bishop g3 here, huh? Knight c3, rook takes. One of the ideas is I'd like to play bishop to d5. Are they doing okay here if they take on f4? Like knight takes on f4, bishop takes on f4? I could double up and literally all my pieces can attack there. So I want to say no. Takes. Double up. And then g3 or h4 can get played. h4. Oh, the king's going to become weak, that's for sure. Rook g3, g3. I guess I'll try g3 here. Okay, check there, king there. So this is hanging. This is a little bit weak. Okay. Let's go queen to d5 here, check. And the hope is to make some kind of weaknesses around here. I guess queen just takes on d6 here. Rook takes on f3. This knight is very important because it's going to guard on e2 here. Just hopefully I'm not missing anything. Queen f6 check is the new idea. So g4, queen f6 check, rook f5. Again, I'm very happy with this knight. Queen check. The knight's a little marooned here. Rook f5. What are they going to play? If I can get queen g6 checking, it would be nice. But I'm assuming they're going to play this over here. Rook just takes. Pawn just takes. They want to play queen h3 check. Is that enough? Ah, that's a very nice move. I think it might be a draw now. Or am I getting checkmated? I'm getting checkmated? No. What? Oh, I lost on time. Dang it! No! No! I don't know if I was losing though. On Rickety Clickety's recommendation, I'm using the TikTok Studios, which I must say I like. Although I'm gonna my friend, I don't know if you know him, Blunderman. Have you heard with him? I did a collab with him recently. Really great guy. He was telling me to go ahead and use a different OBS, just because you could do multiple streaming on all the different platforms. So he helped me hook that up. So I'm excited about doing that in the future. But as of right now, I'm still on this one because he literally just helped me out yesterday. But when that happens, I'll be happy to start, streaming on multiple platforms. Knight c6. Let's attack on d4. Pawn takes over here. d6. Here we go. e6. Now we go. I'm building my nice little wall here. Knight to e7. Pawn to d5. Let's go and castle here first. Just because if d5 right away, they can take, and play bishop b5 check. It's not that it's bad for me. It's just that I'll have to trade off the bishop, and I just don't like that. So here we go. d5, pawn takes. Yes. Yeah, that's what he recommended. Well, how do you like to do it, Blunderfish? Bishop a6, knight f5, knight to d4 idea. Yeah, I was going to say knight b5 will probably get played there. Rook c8, probably pawn c3. Knight f5, knight to d4 ideas. Oh, you know what? Knight d6 is really nice here. Just because if I might be able to get the knight to either... this is annoying. Let's play knight to d6 here. Threatening to take on... I mean, the bishop is obviously good, but I want to put pressure on there. Oh, use Studio and OBS? What makes you want to use the Studio? Rook over to b8. Bishop's weak here. So if I could win on b2, that'd be nice. I'm so fancy. This will remember my name. Oh. So hotel. Let's get drunk on the minibar. That was something I was actually pretty curious about. Even if because if it was up to me, I'd probably be streaming almost exclusively just on TikTok right now, because the discovery has just been so amazing. A lot more people on there that actually come to me, right? Okay. Yeah, Rickety was saying he liked it better because of the let's see, bishop takes here. Yeah, Rickety said he liked it better just because of all the different stats that were on there. Queen takes on a6. Okay, is there something I'm missing around here? Oh, they missed it. All right, let's play bishop g7. So here they missed just bishop c5 here, which would have been a double attack on this guy and this guy. So now they'll play bishop to h6. Rook over to c8 or b8. Let's go rook b8 as we're a little bit stronger here. Okay. Queen to c4. Bishop takes g7 here. Rook back to b7. Trying to guard everything. Obviously f7 is the idea. King takes here. So queen f6. Nope, king takes. Now I feel a lot more confident. King back to g8. Let's watch the time. Queen takes on a4. Just taking all these pawns galore. All right, queen back to e8. And then we're going to push this pawn here. Actually, let's go ahead and trade off one pair of rooks here. Takes. And then h5, because h5, h6 is a good threat for them. All right, a4. Rook b3. Perfect. I really want to play rook b4 here in a3. Queen to d8. Tempo on this guy over here. Okay, queen b8. Probably not a good move here. Hopefully he'll blunder play queen f6 here. Trading off the queens is definitely a good idea. Rook a8. King, king. It's all about the end game now with the kings, but now I should be okay. Okay, I was going to say, so the next thing is to push the pawn as far advanced as possible. But as you can see here, I have all these extra passed pawns here, so e4 check. Doesn't want to move the king. Now I can push the pawn. Now I can push the pawn, hopefully. Rook check, king over. Now I'm going to queen. And then don't worry about that. We're just going for checkmate. Awesome. Rook takes. And then make a new queen. And then we're good. Oh my gosh. We had a few losses back to back, but it's finally good to be back on top, baby. Here we go. Let's berserk. e4. I played... let's go for a French. I don't think you guys see me play French yet. d5 here. c5 here. Knight c6, knight e7, knight to g6. Just remember, guys, if you guys ever do play against the French, don't play the bishop to b5 variations. Those aren't very good for you. And let's go a6. And bishop a4 is a good move. Knight takes c6. We're going to either win here or here. Bishop takes. e5 pawn is weak. b4 is an okay move here. But typically whenever you're a little bit better in development. Knight takes e5 is my new idea. Let's castle first. I'll take on d4. And then I'll play pawn to f6 here. Oh, I just realized they have to play queen takes d4 here. Yeah, they can't play the other way. If pawn takes, then b4 would have fallen there. So pawn takes here. Taking on e5 here would not be best, right? Because bishop to d6 here. So I just get a free tempo with e5 or something. All right, bishop to d7. Rook f4. And double the rooks here. Galore. I'm definitely thinking about sacrificing so I can win on h2 here. So rook takes f3 ideas are definitely in the air. Oh, don't threaten me with a good time. Here we go. Knight d4 is what I'm expecting. And after e5, bishop c6. And then... okay, I'm definitely taking on f3 if he doesn't do something. All right, e5. Bishop c6. I did miss that. I did miss that. Let's go rook here, because now d5 falls. Bishop c6. With the bishop pair, I can't say that we won't get any compensation here. e4. Maybe queen c4 gets played. Perfect. Here we go. e4. If knight g3, h5 here right away. If they take, bishop takes on h2 check. We gotta get aggressive here, guys. Well, why? Because why not? h4, bishop takes h2 check. And then bishop f4 here. And then we have, we have some ideas here, guys. These bishops just look way too powerful here, yeah? Already h3 ideas are in the air. Rook over to d8. Free tempo. And then queen here, b5. And now I think we're just winning the piece here. No, they got that move. Let's go h3. We're trying to put pressure on this guy over here. Pawn takes in check. Okay. Rook d2 ideas. Let's go rook e6. Rook here, rook here. I assume knight c5 will get played. Dang it. Oh, good. Let's go bishop to d5 here. With rook e5, rook h5 check. Yeah, that's a good idea. Annoying. All right, rook here. Threatening rook h6 check, bishop e3 is winning. Gotta watch the time. Rook check. Bishop check. And now we're threatening h2. So that didn't work at all. Okay, they just missed mate in 1. They're supposed to play rook over to h1 there, and the game is still about even. Well, I don't know, because the time maybe But those knights were actually very well placed there. That's all I can say. The knights were very well placed there. What the heck? Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, gosh. Oh, dang it. Ah. Did I really take 20 seconds there to read? Wow. Okay, well, I got to come back. Sorry. I got a message about money, and so I wanted to read about it. Because I got a freaking... dang it, dang it. Alright, let's berserk. Alright, g3, g6, bishop g7, let's castle. Here we got a King's Indian attack. Or you can also look at this as a, because I played c5 here, a closed Sicilian now. So here the standard plan is I'm going to go queen side, they're going to go king side. So that's why I'm going to push over here hard. They're going to be pushing over there hard. b5, b4. Try not to move anything around here as it's just going to create weaknesses on your king side. So here we go. a4, a3, and b4. Again, the first one to flinch loses. g5 is not that big a deal. Yeah, see there? Nice move. There. Let's go b4. And I'll play the rook over here next. Knight to e8. Knight takes on g7 here. The trade here doesn't like particularly help him, so I'm not too worried about that. If anything, I make some weaknesses over here. Because now the dark squares are a little bit more weak. Alright, here we go. Rook a8. Put pressure on the pawn. Let's see how they react to this. Okay, rook there. So rook a3, queen a5, and rook a8 if needed. Let's see how they react, though. Queen a5 to attack the pawn here. If they bring the queen over here, that could be a little annoying. Are they going to play rook a1? Because that would be very helpful if they do. And they can't move the pawn. Okay, perfect. They did that. Just triple up the rooks. They should have just kept on the king side for the attack. Alright, here we go. Pawn just takes now. I did forget. I can't take on a2 right away because the queen's in the way. Knight takes. Bishop takes. So be careful here, Jesse. The bishop's going to attack this knight over here. Okay, they did it like that. Bishop e6. And to believe it or not, I really do not mind giving up the exchange here. I just got to find a good way to do it. Let's go rook a4. g6 is coming. Okay. Pawn takes, or f6. Okay. b3 here. Bishop takes f7. The rook is opened up here. Oh gosh. What a good move. Pawn takes, because now queen takes check here, loses the bishop. Ah, get out of here, guys. Alright, pawn takes there is good. To be honest... Okay, cool. This is even worse. This is even worse, guys. Rook h4 check. And I don't have a check here next. Bishop g8. And I'm just going to get checkmated here. Wow. Wow. Knight takes e6. And also rook f1 check is just killer here. This is insane. Ah, this is just not my day, guys. I don't know what else to say. I don't feel like I'm particularly playing worse. It's just my opponents are playing pretty well. I don't know what to say. Good game. And luck's just not on my side. With me reading emails in between the game. Typically it wouldn't take longer than 20 seconds to like understand the idea of it. I still don't understand what this is. Alright, let's berserk. Here we go. e4. Uh-oh, we got a 2400. Knight to f3. d4, Sicilian time over here. Here we got the Sheshnikov with pawn to e5. Knight c3, bishop to b4, bishop d3, pawn to d5, pawn takes on d5. Castles is a gambit line I like to play particularly. Bishop takes over here, rook to b1. Queen f3, the first threat for the gambit, is bishop takes on h7. f5 is a blunder due to bishop c4 check. So usually, oh, interesting, that can get played here too. Bishop takes, rook to d1, c3 is the new threat again. So we can play bishop takes h7 and win the queen. Bishop a3 is also not a bad idea here. Let's go ahead and play g3 here. One of the threats here is to play queen to g4 and also bishop to g4. And so they did it like this. Let's go ahead and just play rook e1. The idea is now if they move the bishop, we take on b7 here. f5 is interesting, but not terrible. Okay, rook takes on b7 here. And let's go bishop a3. The idea is to try and kick away the defender for this square. Bishop d5 is our new idea here. c4. Now queen takes f7 ideas are in the air. And the bishop does look a little bit awkward here. Rook to d7 loses because of this rook over here. No one talk on the bed. Time roll away. All right, rook c1 here. h4. f5 maybe. Okay. My home in Georgia, headed for the Risco Bay. I got nothing to live for. Oh, I missed a free bishop? Well, that doesn't help. So I'm just sitting on the dock on the bay. Time roll away. e3 is a good move. Bishop takes d5, pawn takes check, king h2. This is a complicated game. Oh gosh. Yeah, I would have preferred not this position. Bishop takes, pawn takes. 10 people tell me to do, so I guess I'll remain the same. Sitting here resting my bones, and this loneliness must be me alone. 2,000 miles I roam. They just went on time. This is not winning for them. This is a draw, but it's a win on time. Rook here, and then rook there. f5, king f4. Yeah. Dang it! Time. Oh, gosh. What a terrible tournament. How many losses do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. Particularly bad. But I'm not going to give up. Let's go ahead and berserk, and let's do half the time for double the points. You don't scare me, guys. You can flag me, but you can't kill me. Oh, yeah. Actually, I think I had 2 losses today because I didn't make a move as soon as I was supposed to. Bishop g7. Let's castle over here. Another King's Indian attack idea. Here we go. Castles. c5. Knight c6. d5 is coming into the game. Usually the move here is knight to d2. Oh, interesting. c4. You don't see that too often. So pawn takes here. These players will try to keep the position closed. So my natural idea is try to open up the position. Pawn to d4. Knight to e2, and then we'll go h6 here. I'd like to open up this position, but our opponent's not going to be so nice. e5 is our next move here. Perfect. Now we need to orchestrate the idea of b5 here. They always play for the cheapo on h6. Knight e8, knight to d6, which looks weird, but it's actually very typical in this position. We'll play f6 here, because they're threatening either f5 or pawn takes on here. How to play. And then we'll just take here, because the knight can go to e5. Perfect. Now we're threatening knight takes d3 ideas. The knight obviously can go to g5 here. And let's go bishop d7. And we're going to go rook c8 to prepare pawn to b5 here. Here we go. I can also play bishop e6 here and trade off here. Most likely our opponent will play the knight back to f3 because they're just going to try and make for more trades. Knight takes on e5 here. Next door. Let's play b5 here right away. b3 will get played. a5, and the idea is to play a4 here. They don't really want to take here because if they do take, then d3 becomes weak. So you can see the bishop is organized to attack over there. So a4 is my next move. Bishop f4 will probably get played next because, again, they just want to make trades here and simplify the position as much as possible. Yep. They're amazing chess players, but not what I would call thinkers. Here we go. Knight b4 is the idea. Bishop to d6 is also a move here. Bishop e6. So you can see here they're just trying to close the position as much as possible. Probably rook b1 will get played now. Knight back to e5. Rook to f7. Pawn takes on e5 here. Rook b7. Okay, queen takes. Rook back to f1. Queen back to d8. Oh, interesting. They didn't do the obvious move. Good for them. Bishop takes. Queen f4. And then they'll play the queen to f2. I'll go check here. And we'll see. I don't want to take on a3 here. And I would like to play something else, but I don't think I can. I want to play rook f8, but this loses. Let's go king h8 with rook g8 here. And actually queen e3 check here too is decent enough. The threat's to go rook f8 here. But queen f7 will most likely get played. Oh, they missed it. Rook f8. Rook f7. Okay, rook takes. Okay, queen e3 check. The new idea is to put the pawn across the board. Okay. Unfortunately for me, I think I have to just trade here and just go for the draw. Dang it. Yeah, king here. Bishop d6 is the safest way to play it. g5 here, but there's no way to win here. But our opponent wasn't trying to win. They were just trying to win on time. King g5, king back, bishop c7. Nothing to do here now. The bishop needs to stay on this diagonal, and the king will just stay here. So we're just going to end up repeating now. All because our fun opponent here. King h4. They're on a little low on time. The idea is to try to get the king to the back over here. King here, threatening there. King there. King here. Bishop takes. Bishop back. King takes. a4. King b3. Bishop checks. King c3. King takes. So this is technically winning. I can't believe I won this. I won this. I'm a winner. There we go. I needed that win. After how they're playing so lame, I got to come in with a win. Awesome sauce. You can't keep getting away with this. All right, 6 minutes left. I'd like to get a few more wins up on the board. Dear Lord knows I've lost plenty of games today. So, oh my gosh. Here we go. 6 minutes left. I probably have time for one more. Here we go. Let's berserk. e4 here. Take that centaur. d6. Here we got a perk over here. I'll be playing. I usually play f4 here. Well, you know what? We're going to go f4 because c6 lines, I think these lines are the best. This is a really annoying line. And this one, they play for the idea. Yeah, so we'll go e5 here. Pawn takes here. This will work out plenty good for me now. They have a really annoying line. Okay, knight takes. And then we're just going to play pawn c3 here. I'll let this pawn fall. Pawn takes on e5. Knight to f3. Oh, interesting. They didn't take. All right, we'll play b3 here. I'll hold on to the pawn if they don't want to take it. Knight to f3. Bishop to e2. And we're going to castle. That's okay. With the pawn here on c3, it's quite decent. If they castle kingside, I probably will have some attacking chances here. Although I don't think it's going to be any forced wins. Sometimes I get really strong attacks. Interesting. Let's go a4, b4, c4. Interesting. Let's go queen over to e1. g4, knight e1, knight to d3. With the pawn defended over here, I don't see how they're going to create an attack. Let's go knight to d3, bishop takes. Yes, I am liking this position. Well, I should have played b4 here a little bit faster, though. Let's play b4. Now I can play knight to d3. Rook c8 might get played with threats of knight takes d4, knight takes b4. All right, knight c5 here. Perfect. We take back to go ahead and open up the b file. So we go g3 here. Obviously, we're going to try and keep it closed. Pawn takes there. Interesting. Pawn takes there. And then I have to be careful here because this is checkmating ideas. Queen f3 check. So let's just play king f2 here. Yes, rook will go to f2 here, so we'll be okay. Pawn takes. Queen takes. Bishop e3 next. And with the rook going to f2, I think we should be okay. They have to be a little bit careful here. Rook c8, knight check, and knight takes and check. Although it's not like I'm out of the woods. Yeah, there. Rook f2, guarding checkmate. Bishop e3 next, if I can. b6 doesn't work because the knight a6 check. Rook d5 probably will get played. Bishop e3 overprotecting. They're going to try and double the rooks here. Oh my. Here we go. Bishop e3. Okay. Knight a6 check. Queen check. b5. Okay. Bishop d4. Bishop f1. And I'll take and bring the bishop back to f2. Rook over here. Okay. Bishop e2. g4 is a little bit weak now. Oh, rook c7 check I missed. Alright, takes. 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 Bishop f1. And we'll push on the queen side here. King f2. King e3, bishop d3. Let's push the pawn on h4 first. King over here, bishop e3. Bishop here, pawn g4. Ah, dang it. Missing checks. Yeah, they'll do that check. Dang it, time. Why am I doing this to myself? h6. Bishop here, bishop checks. Okay, g5. Bishop d4, bishop check. Okay, bishop g7. Bishop here. Ah, I just lost on time. Dang it. Ah, too slow. Too weak, too slow. I still don't understand what this purchase order is. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and berserk. Knight to f6, g6. Pawn takes is usually the best move here. It messes up the pawn structure. It becomes really hard to play. Here we go, d5, c5. The idea is to play d4 and open up this game. They're castling queenside. Bring it on. d4, pawn takes. Knight takes. And then we'll play bishop e6. Pawn takes, that's okay. The next idea is a5 and a4. This bishop's quite bad. We're probably going to sacrifice on b3 at the right time. And I guess now is as good a time as any. Rook takes. Queen b6. And triple up. I like this. Our opponent's not going to be very happy. f4. So knight f3 is actually a mistake. So let's go e5 here. And I'll go queen b4 here. Queen takes on a4 ideas with queen e2 in the mix. If the queen goes to c4, we can simply just take on b2 here. Okay. So c4 here. Perfect. Queen takes, queen takes. Queen check. Queen takes. Now we're threatening d3 here for a fork. Pawn takes and check. Queen defends. d3 still winning. Pawn takes. Pawn takes. Okay. Queen c4. Rook takes b2 is the idea without losing the queen would be nice. So queen takes, rook takes, so they can't just trade off so easily here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think this is just good. Pawn takes, winning a pawn, but also putting pressure on the bishop yet again. If the knight moves, rook b1 check is kind of interesting here. Yeah, I think we just win material with rook b1. Plus, if they take, then I think they have to worry about the pawn just getting across the board here too. So all these variations seem like they're doing well for me. All these look pretty decent. Okay. Bishop takes. Rook takes. Rook to d8 check, and this is just winning a piece. Or the queen. Queen takes in check. Rook takes, so I'm just up an extra rook for no good reason. And then we'll go rook here. This is guaranteed the win of a pawn, and this passed pawn will be the winner right here. Pawn takes, rook takes. Game over. Ugh, a tough tournament for me this time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, though. That's going to be it for me for today. If you haven't already, go and give us that follow. Have a good day. Laters.